होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में इतना सा फर्क है, एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में ये अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी, ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया, 20 years of ideas.
Thank you so much, Kanika, for playing the corporate video Franchise India. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. We welcome all of you to our Business Opportunity over Chai webinar series. This is a digital representation of the great business opportunity which we have got for all the aspirational entrepreneurs, so that they interact digitally with our brand representative, talk to them digitally, understand their end-to-end business model, and then take a right and a conscious decision. It's our everyday aim to provide maximum business solutions to all our investors, so that they choose the right franchise option for themselves. It is a 45-minute session. First, we'll run you through the entire presentation, then we'll move towards a panel discussion. Hence, we request each one of you to share your questions in our question and answer box. We welcome management team of Franchise India, Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am, leading this particular webinar, and they would love to take all your queries. And the great business opportunity which Franchise India team is representing today comes from the land of Bangalore. ChicpetDonne Biryani is the brand we are representing today. It's the brand which was established in 1975, and they maintain a traditional village style taste for all their restaurants in South India. They are Bangalore based restaurant. They already running 65 plus restaurants in Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, and Pondicherry. And there are some good reasons to be partner with ChicpetDonne Biryani. First, they provide you the high profit margin and fast ROI, and they enjoy the legacy of 45 years in the market. And today we have invited Mr. Pradeep as well as Mr. Madan to talk about this great business opportunity for you. Thank you so much, Madan. Thank you so much, Pradeep, for joining in today. Good afternoon. May I request you to start with the formal presentation from your side? So Madan, you can share your screen, but Pradeep, we will welcome you to start with the journey, how you started this great brand. So over to you.
Hi. Thank you everyone who has joined the webinar, and especially thank for Franchise India and Mr. Gaurav Maria. So I'm a director for ChicpetDonne Biryani House Hospitality Private Limited. So since 1975, we have 65 outlets across South India. So as a brand owner, so our specialty is our Donne Biryani. So Donne means, so it is a dry and green banana leaf. So we are serving hot food in the Donne. So our specialty is every 20 minutes we prepare the fresh biryani. Second specialty of our brand is, so we will give a Maggi kind of masala powder, ready instant powder. We are not adding any tasting powder or color. so which will be prepared in our village, so in our native place. So it is a health oriented food also. So in our across 65 outlets, we are doing a very good sales. From starting 10 lakh to 30 lakhs, we are doing sales every month. So thank you everyone. Further, Mr. Madan will explain about the brand.
Good morning, everybody. This is Madan here. So I head the marketing team. So thank you, Pradeep, for the quick introduction about our brand. So I hope people are very curious. What does this ChicpetDonne Biryani House and what we've been serving? The food itself is attracting. I hope a lot of people are getting water in their mouth. So that's how I also started here with my career after quite some time. So so it's interesting about this product that I wanted to talk about today to everybody here. So the image itself shows, what is ChicpetDonne Biryani House, or what we've been serving, completely a village style of a food. As Pradeep added on, we got started in 1975, and we have a legacy of 40 years been into this industry. So we have been serving, a completely authentic Donne Biryani. So you do find a lot of Donne Biryani across Karnataka. So we've been the first who started, the format of Donne Biryani in the late 1975 is what we started. And then a lot of research came in from, the team where Pradeep and his forefathers have started these things. They did a lot of research. We just came in a pulling cart initially in a place called Chicpet. That's an old market in Bangalore. That's where we got started. And then we moved on into a mess kind of a format, completely, non-family things, people used to come. So later, at the time, 2009, 2010 is what we completely got into a family restaurant. Even now, places in Bangalore, Donne Biryani is something like, it's very unofficial. People come in there and have food, but we wanted to target the family segment. That is where in 2009, 2010 is what we got started, the complete family restaurant. So Pradeep and we have another partner, Mr. Naveen. So both of them, they started coming into a family restaurants. So I'll do show a couple of our restaurants as well. And that's a quick overview about our brand. So what is the potential of, ChicpetDonne Biryani House? So we do serve completely into a format of, every 20 minutes we serve food for 40 people. This is the key USP as a brand that we've been following up. So what is this, 20 minutes of preparation is what we started off. See, we wanted to serve our customers a very fresh food is what we wanted to focus. So why do you think the biryani or any food that we prepare at our home is very, very tasty? So this is the reason. So we prepare in small quantities. So we don't believe in a concept of serving our food, at a complete bulk time, like 200, 300 people. So we don't try to prepare in that way. So we do prepare in multiple batches in 20 minutes and we serve the food. So that's where the taste and the aroma of our biryanis is being served, and people tend to eat more. So this is the major advantage that we've been following up. And there are a lot of health benefits as well in terms of serving our food in a donne. Probably you might have seen this. It's a banana leaf where it's a palm leaf. Put it in a banana leaf and we serve it. It really helps in digestion. The rice that we use here is completely a zira rice or a ziraga sambar rice, or it is called as chitti mutyalu rice. If you are into AP and Telangana side, you will be able to understand these kind of rice. So this is a very, very well, health oriented food. We don't use any tasting powder. There is no colors that we use it. Everything is a just preparing our food in a home. So that's how simple it is. And since we prepare our food in these kind of formats, so every 20 minutes we prepare food. So there's a couple of advantages that I wanted to talk here. First important thing is the wastage has been reduced less than 0.5 to 2%. So we try to reduce our wastage into this bracket. And that's one important thing. And the second important thing that we try to focus is, since the wastage is reduced, our return on investment is faster. That's another important fact that we follow. So these two major factors, help our franchisees to get their return much faster. So this is the key USP that we follow. And this is few celebrities, who just launched our outlets, at the time of opening. And as Kanika, as Archana was telling, we do have 65 plus outlets across South India. It could be in AP, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Pondicherry as well. And there's a quick overview about our menus as well. This is how our food is being served. Before I go more in detail, I wanted to show about our food as well. How does our food look, and then our outlets as well. And then I'll talk about what are the benefits and why somebody needs to go with our franchising. So as why somebody needs to choose ChicpetDonne Biryani House. That's a important part that I wanted to focus now. So as a brand, we have 45 years of legacy that we've been following up in the last so many years. So we know in and out of challenges that we face in the market, how to manage things, how to pull up the business, how to make sure if somebody is not doing well, how to pull up that particular restaurant to improve their sales. So complete point of view, we will be assisting you. So as our guaranteed profits, which has been mentioned here. So that is again, which I was talking about, the USP part, where we will help you out with everything is on a formula based is what we work. So we can help you how you can get this guaranteed profits in this particular aspect. And then high profit margins and faster return on investment. So since our product cost, we help you with complete setup with raw materials, logistics. So we will be able to help you out to analyze how you can get into a faster return on investment and how you can increase your profit margins. So everything is completely guided from our side. And as I was also talking about, it's a health oriented and a natural food that we add, where we don't use tasting powders, we don't use any added colors. So I'll just show a couple of things. So we do serve something called as a Guntur chicken. So it is red in color. So this is what you can see. So the red of that particular product is because of the chilies that we use. So that's how we try to maintain the natural part, and the health oriented food is what we wanted to serve the current trend, because people have become a lot of health oriented things. You've been seeing a lot of wellness centers have come in. Once this COVID has come in, people have become so cautious about taking care of their health, taking right food. So we wanted to focus on that particular thing. So that's where we are into this. So it is less risk, ensures minimum food wastage and losses. So less risk, how I would say, is everything is very, very formula based calculation that we follow. So we try to channelize things very, very streamlined here by giving the right inputs. Since we have a very strong operation team, so end-to-end guidance will be given from our side as how to maintain this risk factors, how to manage the staff, how to take care of the day-to-day activities of your operations, raw material procurement. So everything here will be guided from our side, how to maintain the wastage part. So a complete detailed orientations will be done here in this part. So in terms of orientations, we give a guidance as as I was talking about, to manage the operations part as one segment, and the orientations will be covered in the marketing part as well. So at the time of opening, what guidance is needed, what kind of a market is needed, marketing is needed. So depending upon the location, it is a tier 1 city or a tier 2 city or a tier 3 city. Based on that location, our marketing team will guide you as how you should go, what kind of marketing needs to be done. The complete guidance will be shared. So it's not that some marketing that we just do it, we just launch our restaurant and we just go on. So that's not the way we work. Every survey will be done, a dedicated team will be, reaching you out before, location finalization. So the strategies will be done there. How is the market? How is the current outlets doing there? So all these complete guidance will be shared from our side. And once that has been done, that's where we try to focus on the location part, and then finalizing the properties. After finalizing the property, then we will guide you on the interior parts, how the interior needs to be done, how we need to manage the kitchen setup. So end to end. So there is a dedicated team who takes care about the kitchen setup here. So once that has been done, so we take care of the marketing at that time. So pre-opening, what kind of a marketing needs to be done, post-opening, what kind of a marketing to be done, and then again continuous marketing. So for the next 6 months, we need to create a good brand awareness to the surrounding local people with offers or whatever is feasible to that particular location. Our marketing team will suggest. So, and then the preparation time, as I was talking about, formula based. So we have a calculation and a complete SOP protocols that we follow here to prepare our food from end to end, right from procuring the rice, cooking the rice, cooking biryanis, cooking the starters. Everything is formula based. So we have a dedicated operation team who gives you a guidance in terms of how to prepare and what to be done. So these guidance will be shared. And the next important thing that I wanted to talk about is orientation to owners. So a lot of people come here who might not have an experience of running a restaurant. So the very, very important aspect that you need to know is a live practical experience to run in the restaurant. How to run a restaurant, exposures will be shared from our side. This is very important thing that we give you a guidance. So anybody who takes care of who takes our franchisee, so we give them an access of our restaurant, as right from opening the shutter of a restaurant and what the day-to-day activities happens, right from the cleaning process, maintaining the dining space, how to procure the stock, how to maintain the stock, and what is the raw materials that needs to be procured on a day-to-day basis, how to manage it. So all these things will be guided from our side. And once this has been done, it makes a smoother business that they can run, they'll be able to understand. So these kind of a support will be given from our side. So as I was covering about orientation to owners, complete, opening time, we will also support with an experienced staff from our side to manage the kitchen and the dining space. So 3-4 days before the outlet opening, our team will be there, and they will be helping you out to set up the kitchen, because there's a lot of time goes in, if the kitchen is not right being set up. So things has to be placed intact on the right place, so that as in when the crowd increases, you will not be able to manage things. So we have a dedicated team who does opening and launch. So they will be there at the time of opening and support you. And then, as I was talking about, everything is formula based. Operation manuals will be shared from our side, and we do provide trainings, frequent updates on the products, as and when we launch new products. So these trainings, see, because there's one thing that I wanted to tell here is restaurant industry, yes, there is a lot of attrition. So that's where we provide a complete free training for the entire term. As in when you need staff from, there is a attrition, we do provide trainings for them and then send the new staff. So apart from this, what kind of a support also you will be able to get in terms of operations side? So we do provide staff support from our side. That's another important aspect that I wanted to add on. So what does the staff support? The major chef is very, very important, that we will be providing it from the brand side. So that part will be covered from our side. If needed, we would also support you with the supporting staff, right from the service to the maintenance staff. So we do provide those staffs as well. But the very, very important thing is the chef who makes sure, who runs the restaurants and drives the restaurant with the right taste, which is need to be given. So that part will be taken care from the brand side. And everything is formula based. We give measurement tools as what is the proportionate to be added in every aspect to cook and everything. So the trainings becomes very easy with a experienced staff for 3-4 years who can get the training in just 10-15 days. So that's how simple we have made our process. So it is just like the preparation of a Maggi is so simple. So we have made it so simple to prepare our biryanis as well. So why I'm telling you is, so the masalas, raw materials, right from rice and other raw materials that is needed will be helped from the brand side. And masalas are so easy to, the preparation is easy. Everything comes in a premixed form, and not even a pinch of salt to be added in terms of preparation process of a biryanis. So, and it could be other starters as well. So everything is prepared from our side. It will be given in a powdered form. It has a shelf life of 4 to 5 months. So it makes everybody work easy. So we have done a lot of research on all these things. So this is how our masalas will also be provided from our side. The major recipe masalas to biryanis and starters. And as I was talking about, we do support you in marketing and promotions. So central marketing completely into a digital platform. Guidance will be given from the brand side. Support will also be provided for a month to 45 days. Marketing support and the central marketing will be given. Apart from that, we do get on a big kind of a holdings or getting ads in FM. All these things will be supported from our side. Local marketing needs to be done from the franchisee there. But what kind of a marketing needs to be done? So that part also will be covered from our, guidance will be given from our side. Okay, so that's a quick, overview that I wanted to give about the brand. So I want Pradeep also to add a couple of more points in terms of brand support and a few things that what we've been giving.
As a brand, so support wise, we are doing an end-to-end support. So as I'm a hotelier, so we will give a complete hotel management training for the franchisee owner. End-to-end support we will provide. Suppliers also we will take care with the raw material supplier, quality checking. So pricing also brand will take care with each and everything. So what we are expecting from the brand side is to be the person who will take the franchisee. He should be concentrate on the customer relationship is a very much important. So why our ChicpetDonne Biryani house means we treat our customer like a guest. So we are requesting our franchisee owners to treat our customer like a guest. So that is our more. And second thing, our main thing is our biryani is a very economy. So we are selling our biryani is 150 to 200 rupee. So it is affordable for all the category of people. So second thing, quality is the best quality. We will give our food is a very best quality. Third thing, hygiene. The taste and hygiene is also very good. If you check in Google or any Zomato or Swiggy website, we have a very good review from our customers. So this is a little informations about our brand. So financials part, Mr. Madan will take you with the financials.
So in terms of financials, thank you, Pradeep, for your inputs. So in terms of financials, we mainly work with two formats. One is a casual fine dine format. So this is basically we try to focus for a tier 1 or a majorly into a tier 1 city with 1,000 to 1,200 square feet space, where the investment is 29 lakhs onwards. So what does this complete setup inclusive is? It's 10 lakhs franchisee fees. Apart from that, the interior setup, kitchen setup, equipments, kitchen equipments, furnitures, interiors, branding work, initial stock, training expenses, marketing expenses, and then as a total project cost will be added with this 29 lakhs. This excludes your rental deposits. So as it has been clearly mentioned, 6% is the royalty on total sales, and 5 years will be the agreement term. So with an investment of this, what will be the payback period? 18 to 24 months will be your payback period. And for a tier 2 and tier 3 cities, the focus will be around 700 to 800 square feet with 8 lakhs franchising fees, and the investment is around 19 lakhs onwards. So the royalty remains same, and the payback period will be 12 to 15 months. So what is the example? You might be looking out what kind of a business that we can look in these setups, since we are investing 30 lakhs and 20 lakhs in each format. So for a metro city, the kind of business that we've been seeing here is easily between 50 to 60,000 per day. This is the minimum numbers that I'm talking. And we have seen in the restaurants where they're doing 1 lakh sales. Region-wise, I'll talk in Telangana. When we have seen in Hyderabad itself, the restaurants doing 1 lakh, 1.25 to 1.5 lakh sales per day. So we have seen that, and still the trend has been maintained in those restaurants. And coming into Andhra Pradesh, a small town called Elur, for the 10 days, we saw a sale of 1 lakh per day at the time of opening. And down the line, the sales have reduced and maintained to 50 to 70,000 sales per day. And coming into Karnataka, a tier 2 city, I wanted to focus because we have not been seeing much difference between a tier 1 and a tier 2 city, because the sales have been so equivalent to both kind of city and a tier, a normal compared to a metro city or a normal city. So that kind of business that we have seen, in ChicpetDonne Biryani House. Coming into Hubli, we saw a sale of 1 lakh to 1.5 lakhs at the time of opening. Now the average sales that they follow is 70 to 80,000 per day. Weekends it hits up to 1 lakh. So this kind of a trend which has been followed in a tier 2 city as well. I am talking about the recent restaurants which has come up, and coming into Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu also we saw a very good sales initially. Yes, COVID also we were able to sustain in most of our franchisees. The good part is none of our restaurants have been closed right from the first wave, second wave, as well, because the major important thing as a brand that we've been seeing here is our brand is a pocket friendly. Customers doesn't feel heavy when they go ahead and buy something in our restaurants. That is what that we've been seeing in our restaurants. So most of them were able to survive even in the lockdown by doing a minimal break-even operations sales, where they did not have challenges to pay the rents, they did not have challenges to pay the salaries, and they were able to sustain in the market with ideas that was shared from our side as how to sustain even at the COVID period. So that's another important aspect, that we gave it to a lot of our franchisees. And coming into Tamil Nadu, yes, we opened in Hosur. The average sales that we saw in a place like Hosur was easily they were touching 90,000, and we were able to see at the weekends 1,20,000. Even now, the average sales in Hosur, it has not dropped down. They're easily achieving 70 to 80,000 sales per day. And we are focusing in major cities like Coimbatore. Yes, Coimbatore, we have an opening on 8th of this month. So that's another important thing that I wanted to talk. And we are coming up in Tanjavur, other locations also in next 1 or 2, next a month or so, because a lot of work is happening in these regions. Coimbatore we have coming up, Trichy we are coming up. And coming into Hyderabad, we do have 2-3 locations, which is yet to be finalized because we are looking out for properties there. And outside Hyderabad, we are coming up in Khammam, we are coming up in Mancherial. The work is going on. Next 2 to 3, in next 1-2 months, we'll have another 7-8 franchisees to be added here in these locations. And focusing on to AP here. AP, we are coming up in Kakinad, Bhimavaram. So many locations are in the pipeline to finalize the properties. Once the property is finalized in a month or two, yes, we do come up with a couple of outlets there as well. We are really doing well in Vizag. Probably people can look around. So that is one of the benchmark restaurant in Andhra Pradesh for us. So we didn't even think that we'll have sales like that. They do average sales. Even today, an average sales they do is 80,000 sales per day. Irrespective of what's happening, we see that sales. So that kind of sales that we are seeing in Andhra Pradesh. So the acceptability of our food has been so comfortable. Since I was talking about it's pocket friendly, it's a health oriented food. So people love our food. So it doesn't mean which region we are getting into it. So our acceptance has been so comfortable, in most of the region. People have questions. We are coming into Pune, or this brand is coming. It's a South Indian brand that we have. Will it be accepted or not? So if that's the case, our idli dosa, which is a South Indian format, would have not been so successful in a place like Mumbai or in place like Pune or anywhere across in North India. People love to eat that, because you and me never get bored to eat idli dosa every day. So we are into a commodity food. So our brand is into a commodity food where customers do come on a regular basis, 3-4 times in a week, and they have our food. So this is how the acceptability of our brand is. So there's a lot of reviews as well that I wanted to show about our customers that have shared, why our acceptance has been so easy. So this is almost a year back, 2 years back review it is. So we do support with a lot of YouTube bloggers who has reached more than 1 million views. And then the kind of locations that we are into, as I was talking about, Karnataka, we have approximately 22 restaurants in Karnataka. In Telangana, we have 12 restaurants in Telangana. Pondicherry 1, Chennai, we have Tamil Nadu, we have 7. We have started focusing on Tamil Nadu. So very soon that number 7 will become a double digit in next 1-2 months. And AP, slowly we have started. Currently we have 5 outlets in AP, and it's getting add on. We have Ongole opening up in AP in the coming month. After post Pongal, we'll have Ongole coming up, and then Thanuku is another outlet in AP we are opening in the coming month. And we do have, as I was telling, upcoming outlets in Bhimavaram, Kakinad. So we are really expanding so well. That's what I was telling. In next 2 months, we do have another 10-15 outlets opening up. Irrespective of COVID, that doesn't matter because our sales have never gone down. People have been so comfortable coming into our restaurant, and they've been able to accept it. So that's a quick overview that we wanted to talk about our brand. Pradeep, you wanted to add any points from your side?
No, everything is fine.
Okay, thank you, Franchise India. Thank you, Archana. Thank you, Sonia Chaudhary, for giving us an opportunity to talk about our brand. And it was really nice talking to you guys. Probably over to Archana then. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we have the screen removed, please, Ashna? Thank you so much, Pradeep ji and Madan ji. Friends, I'll request if you have any questions, and I see some questions already on the screen, I'll take these questions on your behalf. And also, once you put your questions, if you're able to put the cities of your interest, we would be able to also understand if these locations are open. So just a quick recap, friends, on the business model. And if you understand biryani, this is one of the most popular and ordered food, including the delivery platforms in the country today. And it's a complete meal by itself, very versatile and has many variants. This is a business which is volume-based business, and standardization, which is one of the main reason, I would say, why biryani is overall, is a very scalable business opportunity. And sometimes we do find a challenge of standardization in terms of the Indian menu. If you go beyond certain number of outlets, or due to diversity of the cuisine in India, it becomes a little difficult. Now, in case of biryani, one can standardize the specimen of rice, masalas, meat, from outlet to outlet, or I would say even city to city for that matter. And almost every, city in India, the bigger ones, have their, trademark biryanis, including, I would say, Chicpet, which is very, very popular brand in entire South, started in Bangalore, and they bring traditional way of cooking and very important, they have also standardized their entire offering. They've made it idiot proof because they have a proprietary masala which can be used in the preparation of the entire meal. And they're also one of the few places which stick to providing the local delicacy in one of the most purest form today to its customers who are regular to them. So the models we're talking about is a quick service restaurant and a casual dining restaurant, where the area requirement is 800 for QSR and 1200 for CDR, which is a casual dining restaurant, with an overall investment of 19 to 29 odd lakhs. And the company also charges a 6% royalty on the overall sales. And we did also hear on the average sales the outlets are doing, which is anything between 50,000 to about 1 lakh per day. Many of the locations also do. Now, coming back on the business model, and friends, I'll request again, whatever questions you have, I'll start taking these questions also. So Pradeep ji, agar hum investment ki baat kare broadly, you've talked about the overall investment of 19-29 lakhs. If you can also understand, where this investment goes in, what are the various heads, one, and second, is the franchise fee included in the overall investment, or that is over and above the 19 or 29 lakhs that we showcased?
Franchisee fee including that. 19 lakhs, it is including franchisee fee. 8 lakh rupee franchisee fee, remaining will be the interior furniture, kitchen equipments, operational tools, POS machines, opening and launching cost.
And typically, how much would go into interiors? What kind of capex is required, and if that can also be understood.
Madan will explain about the detail of financials breakup.
I'll just share the screen, just 1 second. So this is a detailed breakup about financials which we were talking. The interior fit outs approximately around for 1,000 to 1,200 square feet is 6 lakhs, and furniture is around 2 lakhs. Signage board, that is the branding part, around 1,30,000. Billing machines or a POS system, equipments and furnitures. This is complete the kitchen equipments and furnitures. Inventory, business licensing, franchisee fees. Yes, this 29 lakhs is inclusive of franchisee fees. And then the total kitchen equipments, where does these individual breakup goes? Some basic hardware and software, that could be your KOT machines and these things. Kitchen equipment or the tools which is needed to cook. Operational tools will be given from the brand side. Display or TV, whichever is needed, you can go. Biometric, uniforms. This is the RO system or the water purifier, fire extinguisher, camera, DVR, and then the miscellaneous expenses that they have. So same thing resembles for a type 2 formats or a QSR format as well.
And how about, because you're already on the sheet, if we can also maybe enlighten our investors on the operating expenses, typically what kind of expenses go in an outlet, and most importantly, what is our food cost, because that's one of the elements which is, one of the highest operating expenses for any food outlet is the cost of the food. So would you want to comment on that? And equally on, because a lot of companies, including yourself, we are all there on these platforms like Swiggy and Zomato, which also charges comparatively, a higher commission structure. So considering, our orders inside the outlet and offline, typical, what is the bifurcation of the business or the revenue? I would say, what is the proportion? I would say, is it 80-20, 60-40? What is that we're looking at? And what kind of expenses in day-to-day operations of the outlet, including the food cost, would you recommend to a franchise partner?
So 65 to 70% will be the total expense. So in this, food cost will be 40 to 45% will be the food cost, and the balancing remaining 25 to 30% goes on the salaries and overhead expenses. So that's one part which goes on, and people can easily see net 25% margins. Net margins will be easily 25%. So this is what, and in terms of Swiggy Zomato ratios, currently what we've been seeing in the market is since COVID is one thing which has come up, so a lot of online orders are going for us. So in few restaurants, we see 60% online sales, 40% dine-in sales. In few restaurants, we've been seeing 70% dine-in sales and 30% online sales. So it depends from location to location. Place like a tier 2 or a tier 3 city, we see a lot of dine-in walk-ins and takeaways, because we might not have Swiggy Zomato available in certain locations, or even if it is there, they're not so flexible. They don't want to pay the delivery charges and other commissions to them. So we've been seeing this trend for a metro city. On an average, 60% will be the dine-in sales and 40% will be the online sales. And we do support how margins can be maintained in Swiggy Zomatos as well, since there are a lot of commissions also involved there. So we make sure the menus are pretty well managed for online sales, so that they don't lose much of their profits. So that can be managed very well.
Sure. If you also want to give maybe while you did say about 25% आपके margin रहते हैं, but just to give an understanding, 45% goes towards our food cost and about 6% goes towards our royalties, which makes about 51%. So हम salaries कितना consider कर रहे हैं? What is that ideal percentage of salaries? What is that ideal percentage of rental that we are considering? Utility cost हमारी क्या रहती है? So would you want to comment on that too?
Okay, so salaries average in a metro city, easily it will hit 1 lakh to 1.25 lakhs salaries. I'll come up with an example that is more understanding to a lot of participants who will be able to come up. So coming into a metro city, the kind of fixed expense is what I would say. So fixed expense will be somewhere between 2.5 lakhs to 2,45,000. This includes the rental, salaries, their current expenses, water expenses, and day-to-day miscellaneous expenses. A rent in a very prime location in a metro city will not be less than 1 lakh to 1,25,000. So I'll take average 1 lakh as rent. And another 1.25 lakhs goes to the salary. So that is around 2.25 lakhs. So remaining 50,000 will be there current expenses, water expenses, and other miscellaneous expenses to maintain the restaurant. So approximately a 2.5 lakhs, 2,75,000 will be their fixed expense. Neither they do business nor they do business. So they have to keep this fixed expense aside every month. In order to maintain this fixed expense, an average restaurant needs to run a business of 12,000 to 15,000 per day sales is needed for them. So they neither see profit nor loss. So this is the average sales they do. Anything above this average sales, they end up, losing out 50% is their food cost, and remaining 50% will be their profit. So I'll take 30,000 they're doing. So 15,000 is gone for their fixed expenses, and remaining 15,000 I'll minus 7.5 or to 8,000 rupees for their fixed food cost. So remaining 7 to 6,000 is their profit. So this is how simple I wanted to explain for them.
Sure. And another, I'll take some question from the audience also. It will help us in understanding a little bit more on the business model assistance which the company provides, and starting with also supply chain. apart from the proprietary masalas that you provide, is there any other product which comes centrally from you? So are there any others? So how does the overall supply chain work in terms of the raw material for an outlet?
So as you were telling, masalas will be given from our side. Apart from that, we have a dedicated brand of rice and oil that needs to be used from our side. So we have a strong operation team and a supply chain team as well. So we will be able to deliver it to them without hassle-free on a regular basis. So our operation team works on a time intervals. So people need to order 3-4 days before maintaining their stocks, but we do guide them how to maintain the stocks and those things. So that support will be given. So they just need to maintain that and order it to that 2-3 days before. So it will be delivered to them accordingly.
Since we talked about two formats, CDR and QSR, is the offering different for these two formats? Are we, offering a different menu in these two formats? Is the pricing also different? Would you want to comment?
Pricing might not be much of difference, but yes, of course, menus will be quite different in these two formats because QSR is more like a quick service restaurant. We would try to restrict on the menus to maintain the core product lines, because more products, they'll end up losing margins here. So we wanted to stick on only a few segment of products. Yes, into a casual format, we would suggest you with the add-on menus. We are coming up in Coimbatore. It's a big format, around 1,200 square feet. They're coming with grills, shawarmas. So a lot of things have been added, something like that. For a bigger format, yes, we need to add on with the revenues. Just with core product lines, they'll not be able to sustain. So that's one important thing. Yes, there is a difference in menus.
Would you want to give example? What is that, becomes a part of the offering for QSR and that for a casual? And I see a question from one of our partners, Sudhakar ji, asking how many varieties of biryani do we have in both these formats?
So biryanis will be standard from our side. So around 7 to 8 varieties of biryanis will be shared. So the first screen that I showed in my presentation, so we do serve the mutton biryanis to chicken biryanis, veg biryanis. The biryanis will be 7 to 8 of them. In both formats, the biryanis will be same. More of it is the starters is what we will be adding compared to a casual format or a QSR format. The add-ons of starters will be more.
So I'll also take, because we do see inquiries coming from even tier 3 locations. So this was a question from Mr. Annamalai asking, will the investment in tier 3 locations comparatively be lower, or this would be similar to what we have projected?
So tier 3, of course, it will be less. Completely 15 to 17 lakhs will be their total setup cost, because the kind of business that we can expect in a tier 3 city would not be 20 to 25,000 per day. So it might go up to maximum 30,000, because we do have a couple of our restaurants in tier 3 cities as well. So we would not recommend somebody to take up investment more than 17 lakhs there.
And what is that we are reducing? Is this a part of the capex that comes down? Is it the franchise fees that we have separate for smaller cities?
Franchisee fees is one thing which reduces there. It is 6 lakhs franchisee fees. And interiors also, we would not suggest to get too much a hi-fi kind of a restaurant, because in a tier 3 city, if it is completely a very standard restaurant, walk-ins will also reduce. We wanted to target the audience. They should feel so comfortable. Yes, it's a pocket-friendly restaurant. So in those kind of cities, too much of fancy interiors might not work. So we have reduced the total capex to between 15 to 17 lakhs from reducing the franchise fees and the interiors part as well.
So that's helpful. And I'll also take, one of our participants from Coimbatore, Mr. Ganesh Murthy Srinivasanji, asking on the support that the company provides on the manpower. Is that something which is recruited by you, trained by you only? Are we doing both of them, or the franchise partner would recruit and the company takes care of the training of the team, which is the staff, which is there at the outlet?
We work in both ways, but at present what we have started is, yes, we hire the right staff, we train them, and we deploy to that particular outlet so that they might not find any issues with the taste and other aspects. So that's one important thing that we've been following right now. A few outlets says, yes, we do have staff from our side. Please do train them. I have a relative who's a chef. I want him to be handling the team for me. So we do train them as well. So that will not be a challenge at all. So we are flexible enough to work with our franchisees. So whatever is feasible and make sure the business is been running in tight, we'll support them.
Sure. And friends, if you have more questions, keep writing in. We have last few minutes to go, and we're also organizing a discovery day in the coming week where all of you are keen to do one-to-one meeting calls. Our teams at Franchise India are exclusively handling the entire expansion. You can reach out to our offices, our partners in all the cities, and also we'll share a hotline number and email ID where you can reach out to us. And a couple of more questions, before I close up. And I saw one of our investors. I think Mr. Nantha Kumarji, he's asking if a green field is also something that you would potentially, prefer for setting up an outlet.
No, I did not get you. I did not understand.
What I'm understanding is there is no build-up area with him. He's asking if the land there's a green field. Is there a possibility of starting an outlet there? And if yes, typically how long does it take? Because I understand the gestation for a green field is comparatively higher, right?
So greenfield, again, it depends. Is it in a prime location? And other important thing is we can help them out to get it done in constructing the space according to our restaurant needs. So that can also be done. So we've been working in one of the locations in Bidar. So they have also taken up a empty space and they're getting it constructed and then launching it. Ideally, it takes 2.5 months to complete this work because one and a half month goes on the construction of the building and then interiors another 45 days. So average of 2.5 months goes on. Our Hosur outlet was done in the same way because they could not find a space in a prime space. And the rentals were so much that it was almost 1.5 lakhs of rental in a very prime place. So a little bit 100-200 meters an empty space they took and they constructed, and then it almost took 2.5 months to open up the outlet in Hosur.
So I think we have a question, Mohitji. I did answer your question. He's from Pune and he wants to have one-on-one meeting. And Mohitji, we also have our partner in Pune, Indrajit ji, who would take it up also with you. And and lastly, let me see if I would take one question on the locations because you're deeply penetrated in South India. Are we looking at locations outside South India and within South India also, which are the important priority cities for you?
So the important locations that we are mainly looking is Pune, Mumbai, across Maharashtra. We've been focusing right now. Karnataka, places like Udupi, Mangalore, Mysore, Karnataka, Dharwad. So major tier 2 and tier 3 cities we are focusing in Karnataka. Coming into Tamil Nadu, Coimbatore, we have already coming up. Salem, Trichy, Erode, Namakkal. These are all good cities which is expanding in Tamil Nadu. We wanted to focus Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, and then Karnataka.
Helpful. And friends, you can reach out to us. Like I mentioned, our hotline number is 9717683838. And we're organizing a discovery day. Ashna, if you can confirm me the date, we can announce that. And while you do that, I will also request Pradeep ji and Madan ji, if you have any closing remarks for the audience who's out there listening to you both live and on the webinar.
So thank you, everybody from our side. It was really pleasure talking to you. And I wanted to thank personally to Franchise India and Sonia Chaudhary, Archana as well. So we are really looking out to expand across Maharashtra and other locations. The acceptance of our brand is so very well. People would love to eat our brand, biryanis and other starters. So that's what I wanted to conclude. Pradeep ji, you wanted to add anything to conclude it?
So thank you everyone who has joined the webinar.
Thank you, Pradeep ji. And friends, I'll announce the date is 10th of January. All of you who are keen to, block your time with the company, we can start doing that today onwards. And in case, you don't have availability on 10th and you want to meet earlier or speak earlier, we can even do that. Our hotline number, you can see in the chat box, including our email ID. Anybody who wants to reach out to us for any information can do that. Our local teams in your respective cities will reach you out and arrange these meetings, both virtually as well as physically, as per the requirement. Ashna, can I kindly request you to take it over from here, please, for the closing remarks?
So thank you so much, Pradeep. Thank you so much, Madan. Thanks, Sonia ma'am, for joining in today. Dear friends, it was a lovely interacting with each one of you. Please do connect with us to share your feedback and suggestion at our business hotline number, which we have shared in a chat box also. I'll repeat for you. It's 97176-83838. You can also write to us at feedback@franchiseindia.in. And in case you wish to understand more about different business opportunities, different business services and assistance given by Franchise India team, please connect Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am at their LinkedIn platform. Link I have shared on a screen. And tomorrow, under our national webinar, we are again bringing the brand which comes from F&B vertical. Nugget Nation, the brand comes from Chandigarh, and they are offering their business model as well as partnership for you. So please do join us tomorrow by doing registration. Registration can be done either by joining us at the Facebook page where we have shared the registration link, or connect with us, call it as at us at our Franchise India number, hotline number. So look forward to have you in our tomorrow's national webinar, 12 p.m. Thank you so much once again for joining in today. Have a very safe day ahead.
Thank you, friends. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.